Hi, Sunshines. We are live here at Sunshine Paradise Retreat. Join me as we do a spinal mobility and flexibility workshop. So in Kundalini, we believe that your age is measured by the flexibility of your spine. That is why in Kundalini, there are tons of exercises and stretches all about awakening the energy in the spine that lays dormant at the base of the spine and is said to be awakened so that we can be our best highest selves. Hi everybody, welcome. I'm Ashlee Sunshine. We are live here at Sunshine Paradise Retreat in Joshua Tree. We are currently in Joshua Tree for the next month and then we're moving again. But thank you everybody for being here. I'm so happy to be here with you all. Thank you all so much. We're here, as much as we can be live here on TikTok. Let me show you guys around real quick. How's everybody doing today? Hi friends. Hi sunshines. How are you guys doing? So here we are outside. This is location number 2 in Joshua Tree. We recently moved. The space is smaller, but we have faster Wi-Fi, which is why we are here. Hi SG, welcome. Hi guys, we're gonna get into the yoga workshop soon, but I just wanted to show you around real quick. There's an outdoor bathtub here, which it's great for hot days. I haven't used it yet, but maybe we will. Maybe I'll do a live from there. And then there's a fire pit. I like walking around barefoot here because it's really grounding. You guys, if you're ever feeling ungrounded or anxious or stressed out, I highly recommend you get outside. Go take a walk, take a break, go walk around in the dirt or the beach or the grass. I personally like sand and dirt. But the beach is amazing too. I don't have a beach, obviously. I'm in Joshua Tree, so yeah. And then there's a fire pit over there. There's a hot tub, which I have not used, but I do use it as a tanning deck because there's no tanning chairs, and so I do lay on that and tan. And then there's a little hammock over here, which I will sometimes sit in. Ooh, it's hot, you guys. I can't spend more than 10 minutes out here because it's so freaking hot. I wanted to do a yoga out here and a sound bath, but then I realized rewatching some of these lives that the wind is and it's so loud and it's not very relaxing. So yeah, TikTok live would be awesome if we could I don't know, somehow add an AI enhancement effect where we can get rid of the wind. I don't know, just saying, shouting out some tips. What's up everybody? Hi, how are you? Hi guys. Okay, so we're gonna set up for the we're gonna do a tarot reading to start. Let me just come and sit over here. Where are we gonna sit? We're gonna sit here. Hi, how are you guys doing? Hello friends. If you have any questions for me or comments or things you want to share, feel free to drop any of your thoughts in the chat. Would love to know how everybody is doing today. Hi. Oh my God. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm attaching you to a tripod. Okay. Hi. I have my tarot deck right here. So we are going to get into that. Oh. Hi, guys. How are you? So this live, when we get into the yoga workshop, is a continuation of our previous spinal mobility and flexibility yoga workshop that we did. I think it was on Saturday, and we went for an hour and a half. I don't know if we're gonna be going that long today. We'll see. But yeah, it's a continuation because we didn't get through all of the poses. Hi Kevin, thank you so much for the flower. Hi. Hey you guys, thanks for being here. So some updates real quick. Thank you, you like my hair? Thank you. Hi Kevin, I'm doing great. It's hot, obviously I'm in the desert, so it's super hot today, but I'm staying cool in the air conditioning. Some quick updates I wanted to share, you guys, is I added 2 more tiers on our subscription here on TikTok. So now there's 3 tiers. There's a base, there's like a lower one, and there's like a middle one and a high one. So the middle one, now you can DM with me, personally with me here on TikTok if you subscribe to that tier, or if you subscribe to the third tier, you do get to be part of our interactive multi-guest live. So that means that you can go live with me and we can chat face to face here on TikTok Live if you do subscribe to that third tier. And I don't know if I can attach it here or how really that works. It is going to be something that I need to figure out at some point. Hi Jamie, how are you? There's a lot of buttons here that I still need to figure out how to use. So thank you for your patience. I remember I've done it before where I've like pinned something to the live and I cannot remember how to do it. Oh, guess? Is that it? Go live with guests. There it is. There it is, you guys. Awesome. So the guest, allow guests from followers only, allow guests from viewers, gifters who have sent a certain amount of coins will appear first on the request list. Yeah, so basically, if you subscribe to that third tier, you will be able to be a guest on our TikTok Live, if that's something that you would like to do. And it would be amazing to talk to you on TikTok Live, you guys. That would be so fun, right? Wouldn't that be fun? Good to see you too, Jamie. Hi. So I'm not sure entirely. Let's see. How do I pin? I don't know if I can pin the sub. Pin the sub to the live. That's going to be something I need to look into. Hi, you guys. Love Tooth. Hi, user. Thank you. Okay. Ooh, subscription. No. Community benefits, preview, Subway Live, Subway. Pin a notice? Can I pin the... Ooh, there it is. There it is. Pin. I think I just did it. Join my community and enjoy the perks. Yay, yay, we did it. Hi. Hello, I'm Ashlee Sunshine. Welcome. Lack, welcome. I just pinned... I figured it out. I figured out how to pin the community benefits to the TikTok Live. So if anyone wants to join our community, it would be so amazing to have you join us. It would be awesome, and I appreciate you so much. And there are all sorts of different exclusive benefits that are associated with each tier. So the beginner tier is just the most basic tier, and you get access to sub-only chats, videos, lives. And then the second is the same, and then you get access to even more exclusive sub-only chats and live video and video posts, and you get to DM with me personally. When you are subscribed to that second tier, you can DM with me here on TikTok. And then the third tier, you get to go live with me if you want to, as a multi-guest. Here on TikTok Live, we can talk, we can chat, you can ask me questions on TikTok Live in front of everybody here on TikTok. So those are the three tiers that we have right now. So I have linked them here and attached them to the live. Lack says, what is holistic wellness? What a great question. I love this question. So holistic wellness is like everything. It's everything. Holistic means it's not just one thing. We look at everything. It's like physical, it's mental, it's emotional, it's spiritual, it's nutrition, it's your diet, it's everything. It's a holistic lifestyle. So it's not just like one specific thing. It's everything. It's your relationships. It's your... Yes, user. We will do some yoga. Okay, but first we're gonna get into the tarot card reading. So I have said everything I need to say. Oh, also, I am available to book for one-on-ones. I offer one-on-one yoga, meditation, sound baths, support sessions, and customized wellness retreats, yoga retreats, meditation retreats. I am currently taking clients that are grieving the loss of a partner, spouse, or soulmate. That does mean the death of a partner, spouse, or soulmate, because that is currently what my journey is. And so those are the people that I'm working with right now for one-on-ones and customized experiences. But if you want to join our community on our website, we also post all of our TikTok lives, all of the recordings from all of our TikTok lives to our community on our website, our Sunshine community, for an ad-free watching experience, and also to our YouTube channel for all of the recordings are on our YouTube as well. So if you want the links to like all of our offerings, everything we have going on, everything that's happening in the Sunshine world, Sunshine Paradise world, send me you can send me, I'm gonna pin the contact form to this live. And so you can send me a Service Plus button, contact request. It should be on the bottom left of the screen as well. And you can send me your email and I will send you an email directly with all of the information about everything that we have going on. Okay, so let's get into the tarot reading. Where's my other phone? I will need to get my other phone for this because we're going to use ChatGPT to interpret our reading today. Okay, so this is the tarot deck. We're using the ChatGPT app. If you don't know how to do this, I use ChatGPT to interpret my tarot card readings. So I downloaded the app and then I'm gonna pull some cards for us. I'm gonna channel everybody that's on this live right now, okay? So everyone that's on this live, this message is meant for you. If you are seeing this right now, this is our message for the day from God or Spirit or whatever you believe in. This is also for entertainment purposes only, okay? For my super religious friends, just entertainment. And if this doesn't resonate with you, that's okay. It also may resonate with you. Oh, I think one of the cards already flipped. Where'd it go? We had a card flip already, right here. Ooh, Temperance. I can't show you that card because it's too naughty. We'll have to block out that part. I'll show you the card, but I have to censor it. Okay, let's see if we have one more card. Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, and then we'll just do what's on the bottom of the deck. What's on the bottom? The Tower. Okay. Please interpret this tarot card reading for the collective on my TikTok live. I pulled the Temperance card, the Empress, and on the bottom of the deck is the Tower. Ooh, this is a powerful and transformative reading for the collective, everybody. How exciting. All right, we'll start with the first card. Let me censor it. Temperance. Temperance speaks to balance, healing, and divine timing. It's a reminder to trust the flow and stay centered, especially if things feel uncertain. The Empress, lucky number 3. I love the number 3. Brings in nurturing energy, abundance, and creativity. This is a time to care for yourself deeply and birth something new. Whether it's a project, idea, or version of yourself, let love and softness lead. Okay, and then on the bottom of the deck is the Tower. On the bottom of the deck suggests that underneath all this calm and creativity, there's been a recent or upcoming shakeup. Something sudden that is breaking down old foundations. It may feel intense, but it's clearing space for something truer and more aligned. Interpretation. After chaos or unexpected change, you're being invited to soften, create, and find your inner balance again. This is a time to realign with your truth, nurture what really matters, and allow divine timing to guide the next steps. Please create a one-sentence mantra for us today using this reading. This is going to be our mantra for the yoga today. And just if this resonates with you, of course, you can use this mantra throughout your day. The mantra is, I trust the breakdowns are making space for my divine rebirth, and I move forward with grace, balance, and creative power. I love that. That's beautiful, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to get into the yoga now, everybody. If you're going to be joining us and you're going to want to do some of the yoga stretches, it is great for all levels, whether you're a beginner or you're more advanced. These are very basic postures and flows, and we'll be on the ground the whole time. So find somewhere that you can stretch out, either on the carpet or the floor. If you have a yoga mat, wear some comfortable clothes. And I am going to be, for the purposes of this live, I'm going to be pinning our community benefits to the live, because yeah, that's what I want there. All right, everybody. Let's get into some yoga. And this is yoga, spinal flexibility and mobility yoga for a healthy and amazing spine. And we do spinal mobility and flexibility is so important because a healthy spine is our central channel to our nervous system. And so it can really affect our nervous system, everything in the body. It's like our central area, okay? So we want to keep it nice and flexible as best we can, of course. So we are gonna start with a guided meditation like we do every time. I think I'm gonna turn the lights on, you guys. Does anyone have any questions so far about like the reading that we just did or anything else? Hi, Curtis, Clarence, thanks for being here. Hi, everybody. I hope you're having a great day. So if you're going to be joining us, we're going to start with a guided meditation. I'm going to make it really easy and short for the purposes of TikTok Live. It's very easy to ground us into the present moment, okay? So wherever you are, find a nice, comfortable seated position. If you're going to be joining us, hi, Nicholas. Thank you so much for joining. Hi, good to see you. Welcome. Thank you for being here. Namaste. So we're going to be nice and comfortable seated position. If you're sitting on the ground or if you want to sit in a chair, that's okay too. And I invite you to place your hands just in a comfortable position on the lap, palms facing down for grounding or up for receiving, whatever feels comfortable for you. Or you can do a mudra. This is going to connect us to our higher selves, universal wisdom. Or I like this mudra, which I learned from the Tibetan Buddhist monks in Nepal. It's very grounding and centering. And we're gonna sit with a nice and straight spine. We wanna drop the shoulders down and away from the ears, relaxing and releasing any of the tension in our head and neck. Just, you know, we can walk around like this, like so tight, and our neck's so stressed. We hold so much stress in our shoulders. Just drop those down and away from the ears. Relax, relax, relax the head and neck. And we want to be sitting nice and centered. So we don't want to be sitting back and we don't want to be sitting forward. We want to be nice and present in the center of our energy. And I invite you to close your eyes or gaze down at the ground. If you want to go inwards for a deeper experience, And let's take 3 big deep breaths together. We're gonna breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth 3 times, okay? Beginning now, deep breath in through the nose. Out through the mouth, releasing any tension, anxiety, worries with the breath. 2 more times, deep breath in through the nose, breathing in fresh oxygen, fresh life. Exhale through the mouth. Last time, deep breath in through the nose. And out through the mouth. And now returning the breath to normal breathing. In and out through the nose if it's comfortable for you. And just noticing how it feels to breathe. Without judgment, without labels. Simply observing the textures and the qualities of the breath as we inhale and exhale. And if you find your thoughts starting to wander, monkey mind, to things outside of this room that are maybe happening in our life, just observing them without judgment, without labels. And then gently bringing the awareness back to the breath. I hear so many times people say, I can't meditate. My mind is so busy. I can't stay focused. I can't do it. The whole point is to be aware that your mind is drifting, not to change it or judge it, to give up, just being aware of where our mind is going and then bringing the attention back to the breathing. Bringing the awareness and the focus back to the breathing. Our minds are going to wander. That is what they do. It is what we're programmed to do as humans. There's nothing wrong with that. Meditation is meant to just bring awareness to that and then help us bring the attention and the focus back to the breathing. And now just observing how the body feels, maybe scanning the body from our head to our fingertips to our toes, and just observing anything that comes up for you, any sensations, any feelings, any emotions, any thoughts, experiences, without judgment, without labels, just observing the body. Bringing our awareness now to the place where our body meets the earth below us. Just noticing how it feels to be supported by the earth, whatever surface we're seated on, how it feels, the textures, the qualities, again, without judgment and without labels. Just feel your connection to the earth, to be supported and support in return. As we enter into this time together, I invite you to set an intention for yourself or for someone else, whatever you're feeling called to dedicate this time to. Intention is so powerful. So I want you to really think about your intention in anything you do, not just this time together, but we can start with just this time together and what we want to use this time for together. I would like to use our mantra that we have developed earlier. At the beginning, we did a tarot card reading to see the collective energy of the day, and then we used ChatGPT to create a mantra for us based off of that reading. And the mantra for today is, I trust the breakdowns are making space for my divine rebirth, and I move forward with grace, balance, and creative power. And taking some nice deep breaths, coming back into the body, making some gentle movements. Slowly opening the eyes if your eyes were closed. Thank you everybody for being here. How is everyone doing? How was that for you? If you have any questions or experiences or emotions or thoughts that you would like to share with me or with the community, feel free to drop it in the comment section at any time. And I'll do my best to answer any questions that I see. Hi, user 34530, thank you. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, Ryan, thank you. This is fun tea. Everybody, we're gonna get into some yoga now. Thank you everyone. Thanks for being here. If you're just tuning in, welcome. We're doing a spinal mobility and flexibility yoga workshop. So I will be showing you some of my favorite yoga poses and stretches that I do to help increase flexibility and mobility in my spine. So in Kundalini, we do believe that the spine is everything. It is like the central energy. It is what connects us to our divine feminine and masculine, and it is what connects us to vitality. So we believe that your age is measured by the flexibility of your spine. So the more flexible your spine is, the younger you are. Okay, Evil Hero has a question. Halle Berry is also in Joshua Tree. Have you run into her yet? No, I have not. That would be awesome. I would love to run into her. She's great. So another thing about our spinal mobility and flexibility is that it does support healthy digestion, it boosts circulation, and it keeps our body feeling nice and youthful and vibrant. Okay, so I'm trying to think, should we continue where we started off or left off last time? I think we'll start with the warm-up and then we'll jump into like maybe midway of where we left off last time. So, okay, we're gonna start with some seated spinal flexes, and the Sanskrit name for this, I did this in the last live. I do this in all my yoga flows. We start the yoga flows with this. It's really amazing and very gentle, and anybody can really do it, all levels. You can also do this sitting in a chair. It's called Sukhasana spinal flexion, and it's going to gently warm up our spine by flexing and extending from the sacrum and to the cervical spine. So we're in this nice, comfortable seated position, and we're just going to rock. Use a gentle rocking motion here. So we can bring the hands onto the ankles or the knees, and we are just going to do this gentle rocking motion. So we're going to inhale as we come forward, exhale as we come back. I'll turn to the side so you can see it from the side as well. So it's just a gentle rocking motion. Inhale as we come forward and exhale as we come back. So we want to keep the head nice and straight as we do this. And you really just want to be rocking front to back on the pelvis. And if you want to go inwards for a deeper experience, I invite you to close your eyes, tune into the body, notice anything that comes up for you, any emotions, feelings, and sensations, thoughts, memories, just observing without judgment, without labels. Just a few more times, and then we're gonna switch it and do on the other side for balance. We do, in yoga, we do everything right and left side, dominant and non-dominant side, to create balance within the body. And now we're gonna switch the legs. So switch up the feet if you're in the seated position with me, and this is just gonna get our right and left sides activated of the brain, divine masculine, divine feminine. Inhaling as we come forward, exhaling as we come back, continuing this rocking motion. And you can go as fast or as slow as you'd like. I know some like to go really fast and some like to go really slow. Find your own flow. I'm simply a guide here for you. Hi G, thank you. Appreciate you. Just a couple more times. Really just trying to relax into the movement and get lost into the movement. Oh my gosh, you guys, I had such an intense experience this morning when I was meditating. So I've been rereading the Kabbalion, if you've ever heard of that book. It's about Hermetic philosophy. And I've been using ChatGPT to interpret the pages because the reading can be really hard to understand. So I've been using ChatGPT to translate basically the wording into very easy to understand language. And I've only been like reading like one page before I go to bed. And last night I read a page, which I won't get into right now. But basically I felt like I became the reading, and I was able to tap into the reading material in my meditation this morning. And it was like, I like got like lost in myself, if that makes sense, in the meditation. It was really amazing. It was really amazing. I like forgot where I was for a second, which was like part of the reading in the book. Anyways, I will talk about that another time. I'll make a video about it, probably talking about that today, later. Okay, so we're gonna come back to this easy position, and now after we did that, we're just gonna sit in silence for a few breaths, sitting with a nice straight spine, hands on the knees, just observing how you feel after that. Without judgment, without labels, just observe how that stretch made you feel. Noticing without judgment. And gently opening the eyes. Does anyone want to share their experience? Feel free to drop any questions, thoughts, emotions, or anything you would like to share in the comment section. This will be our time for a quick Q&A before we move into the next set of spinal mobility and flexibility yoga poses and stretches. Hi everybody, if you're new here, welcome. Welcome to our spinal mobility and flexibility workshop. This is a live here on TikTok Live. We are going to be posting all of the recordings from our live to our YouTube channel after this, as well as to our Sunshine community subscription for an ad-free watching experience. So you can always go back and rewatch all of our lives in case you're wondering, or you want to know what we're doing or what we did before this. I know it can be kind of weird hopping in midway when you're on TikTok Live because you're just scrolling. All right, no questions. We'll move into the next one. We're gonna do seated hip circles next. The Sanskrit name for these is Sufi grinds in Sukhasana, sorry. So this is gonna loosen up our hips and our sacral area while we gently rotate our lower spine. It's gonna help release stored tension and improve lower back mobility. Excellent for lubricating the lumbar spine and energizing our pelvic floor. So we're just gonna stay here in our seated, nice, comfortable seated position. We're gonna put the hands on the knees or on the ankles again, And we're just gonna move in circular motions here around the pelvic floor and the spine. So again, the head is just gonna stay level where it is. Inhale as we come forward, exhale as we come back and around. Moving at your own pace, as fast or as slow as you'd like. Again, and I invite you to close your eyes if you want to go inwards for a deeper, more meditative, mindful, internal experience. Just a couple more times. Coming back to our center, and now we're going to switch the legs. Again, this is going to balance out our right and left hemispheres, and now we're going to rotate the other direction. Inhaling as we come forward, exhaling as we come back and around. Just a couple more times here. And coming back to center, we can flip the legs again, and now we're just gonna stay here briefly for a moment or two and just observe without judgment how you feel. Just feeling how that made you feel, anything that came up for you, observing without judgment. And stay here, keep observing. I will be right back. Does anyone have any questions about what we just did? Seated hip circles, anything that they want to share about that experience for them in Sufi grinds and Sukhasana? Feel free to drop any of your questions, thoughts, emotions, or experiences in the chat at any time. Hi, Donnie the dog. Nice to see you. Thank you for being here. Hi, King GR. Hi, Official Tyler. Thank you. Official Tyler says that was great. Glad you enjoyed it. We will do some stretches for the feet in another TikTok live. But this one does actually, because it's the spine, it is going to affect the feet because your spine is located to everything in the body, including the legs and the feet. So these are actually working on the feet as well. So you're in the right place. Yeah. Seated spinal flex. Seated hip circles are great for your feet as well because it's the spine. Hi, Rhett. Good to see you. How are you? All right, let's get into our next stretch if we don't have any more questions about that. We're gonna get into child's pose, also known as balasana in Sanskrit. This is gonna provide a gentle spinal traction, elongating our back and releasing the sacrum. It's gonna calm our nervous system while encouraging natural spinal alignment. So we're gonna come onto the hands and the knees. Just gonna try to move this so you can see it better. Child's pose, everybody. Balasana. Coming onto the hands and the knees, we're gonna sit back into the heels. Open up the knees nice and wide. We're gonna stretch forward. Bringing our forehead down towards the ground. Stretching our spine back. Hips back as far as they will go. And we wanna stretch our arms forward as far as they go. So like, you wanna like feel like you're like a rubber band and that you're being stretched in opposite directions. And we can bring our forehead down to the ground to rest, connecting us to the earth, or you can keep the head lifted slightly, which I personally like to do. Totally up to you, whatever you're feeling, your experience. And we're just gonna stay here for several rounds of breath, long, deep breathing, okay? Try to relax into the posture, melting into it. Nice, long, deep breathing, being gentle with ourselves and wherever we are in our journey, knowing we're exactly where we're supposed to be. Nice, long, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth or the nose. One more time, deep breath in through the nose. Exhale through the mouth or the nose. Coming up through tabletop position, coming to sit on our heels into a comfortable seated position. You can stay seated on the heels, or you can come into a comfortable easy pose, seated position. Does anyone have any questions about child's pose, balasana, what we just did, anything that they would like to share, or anything else they would like to ask me? Feel free to drop any of your questions, your thoughts, feelings, emotions, or experiences in the chat, and I'll try to answer as best as I can. Hi, Donnie, that's French. I'm sorry, I don't speak French, but welcome. It's so nice to see you. Someone from France here. Hi, I am the goat. Thank you. Okay. No questions about child's pose. We'll move into the next one then. Let me just see. Okay. We can get a good amount in today. All right, we're gonna do thread the needle. Hi, Charles. Thanks for being here. Hi, Johnny. Okay, we're gonna do thread the needle next. The Sanskrit name for this is Parsva Balasana, and this is gonna deeply open our back, our thoracic spine. Sorry, I don't know the name correctly if I'm saying that right. And the shoulders. It's gonna relieve stiffness between our shoulder blades, and it's gonna help with spinal rotation. So we're gonna, hi Bob. Hi George. Okay, so we're here in tabletop. Inhale, we're gonna reach the right arm up, gaze up towards the sky. Exhale for thread the needle. We're gonna bring our hand in between the space between our body and this left arm. We're gonna come to rest on our right shoulder. And our head is rested on the ground. Long, deep breathing here, hold it. Moving around to try to get where you feel the stretch. Holding a long, deep breathing. One more deep breath here. And exhale. Inhale as we reach the right arm up, gaze up. Exhale for our tabletop. Okay, now we're gonna do that on the left side. So we're gonna inhale as we reach the left arm up, gaze up. Exhale, thread the needle coming to rest on our left shoulder. Arm comes through the space between our body and our right arm, resting our head on the ground. Long, deep breathing here as we hold. You should really feel the stretch here in the neck and the shoulder. You're supposed to, at least. And just long, deep breathing, long, deep inhales through the nose or the mouth. Exhale through the nose or the mouth. One more deep breath here. And exhale. Inhale as we reach the left arm up, gaze up. Exhale for tabletop. That one's nice. And coming to sit back in the heels into a comfortable seated position, or you can come to sit in easy pose. Does anyone have any questions about that stretch? Or anything else they want to ask? Hi, user 493674. Thank you. User says, hello, cutie, you're in great shape. Thank you. It's all this yoga I'm doing. Any other questions anyone has, or any experiences or thoughts that they want to share with the community? Kubex says, thank you so much for your yoga lessons. It really helps me to unwind. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate you saying that. Thank you so much. And that is my intention. So I'm happy that someone is receiving it. Hi, user 49367424. Hi, Ramiz. Yes, yoga. Hello. Thank you for being here, everybody. I'm super blissed out right now. If you can't tell, I like melted into that stretch. So I'm all like, hi, Alexis, welcome. Thanks for being here. Okay. Well, let's continue. I'm feeling so juicy and yummy right now after that yoga. Let's move into our cat-cow flow next. So the Sanskrit name for this, cat-cow, these are all the correct translations, by the way. Some people have asked me, did I make these names up myself? And no, these are the official names of all the stretches and the yoga poses that date back thousands of years. This is an ancient yoga practice, So the Sanskrit is the original translation, which is the ancient language that yoga was first created with. That is the original language of yoga. So these are the Sanskrit names. For cat-cow flow is Marjanasana, Vitalasana. And I may be pronouncing that wrong, and I do apologize if I am. This is a classic spinal warm-up. I love this one. I do all of my yoga flows with this one. So it's just gonna help with increasing more spinal mobility and flexibility, fluidity in the spine. So we're gonna get back onto our hands and our knees here in tabletop. So we wanna stack our wrists underneath our shoulders and our knees underneath the hips, about hip-width distance apart, open. Spreading all 10 fingers wide. Inhale as we gaze up. We want to drop the belly down towards the ground. Slight arch in the spine as we gently gaze up. Just a slight arch here. Like you don't want to, you can get crazy if you want, but like you don't need to. You can just, it can be as big or as small as you'd like. So listen to your body, take breaks as you need. Please, if at any point you feel pain or tension, like that's extreme, or like sharp shooting pain, pull out. That means to stop, okay? I feel like I need to say that. So we're here, long deep breathing, just noticing how it feels in this stretch. We'll be here for just a few breaths. You can close the eyes to go inwards for a deeper experience. On the next exhale, we're gonna move into cat pose. So we're gonna tuck the chin into the chest, belly comes into the spine, like a cat. Stay here for several breaths, just feeling into the stretch into the body, long, deep breathing. On the next inhale, coming back into cow pose. Now we're gonna flow breath to movement. In exhale for cat. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. Keep going, moving at your own pace, as fast or slow as you'd like. Just a few more times. Really tuning into your body, going inwards for a deeper experience if you want, if you're open to it. And coming back to a tabletop. Center. We're gonna sit back in the heels, coming to a comfortable seated position. So you can stay here, seated on the knees, hands on the knees, or you can come into easy pose, sitting with your legs crossed. Let's just stay here for a moment briefly. I invite you to close your eyes and just tune into your body and tune into the breath. Notice any sensations, thoughts, emotions, feelings that may arise without judgment or labels. Noticing how your body feels after doing that. And when you're ready, slowly opening the eyes. Does anyone have any questions about cat-cow flow? Sanskrit name Marjanasana Vitalasana. Anything they would like to share about their experience doing that they want to share with the community or with me, or any questions, feel free to drop in the comments section and I will do my best to answer. Dandercore says, I wish you did this in a bikini. Yes, I know. Unfortunately, we're on TikTok Live, and that can't happen. I'll get flagged. Alexis, hi. Peach Fire, thank you. Weston is asking for boat pose with a front view. That's going to be saved for our ab workout yoga. Thank you so much for your comment. I will take a note that you're requesting yoga for abs, and we can dedicate a live workshop to that, okay? I like that a lot. That's a great idea. My friend, thank you so much for your comment. Does anyone else have anything that they would like to share with the group? Thanks, Weston, for that. Hello, Water Tiger. Welcome. Hi, Fabian. I'm sorry if I pronounced your name wrong. Thanks for sharing the live, my friends. Welcome. If you're just tuning in, I'm Ashlee Sunshine, and we are here doing a spinal mobility and flexibility yoga workshop here on TikTok Live today. As a reminder, all these lives do get recorded and posted to our YouTube channel as well as to our Sunshine Community subscription for an ad-free watching experience. You can find the links to those in our bio, or you can send me a Service Plus button contact request at the bottom left of the screen. If you send me your email, I can send you more information about all of our current offerings, our links to everything that we have, our socials. Hi, Ches is asking for foot pain. You know, we will dedicate a live specifically for foot yoga another time. But I do want to just tell you that all of these spinal mobility and flexibility yoga stretches and exercises that we are doing in this live will be really good for your feet and your ankles, because it's our spine, and our spine is connected to everything in the body, including our feet. Thank you so much, Noelle. Hello. Hi, Curtis. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for your questions. Noelle, you're saying something in another language. I'm sorry I don't speak that language. I wish I did. You know, TikTok, you should have a translate button. Just saying. Just saying. On the live, we should have a translate button. That'd be awesome. So I could see what my friends in other languages are saying. Hi. Weston wants to know if I could demonstrate a seated forward fold. We will get into a seated forward fold. Absolutely. That is in the program today. Okay, let's move into our next stretch. Okay, everybody? You ready? Let's get into the next one. We're gonna do okay. We're gonna come into a standard downward facing dog. Everybody, you ready? Sanskrit name, Adho Mukha Shavasana. I think I'm saying that right. This is gonna stretch our entire spine from the cervical all the way to the sacral region. It's gonna help decompress the spine, improve our posture, and strengthen our spinal supporting muscles. So we're here in tabletop position, okay? Coming onto all fours. So we want to flip our toes so that they're facing the ground. Taking a nice big deep breath here in through the nose. Exhale, lift the hips up towards the sky. Try to get the heels to touch the ground, coming into downward facing dog. Let the head and neck be heavy here. Relax the head and neck. We want to press through all 10 fingers, both palms, as we try to get our heels to touch the ground. If you need to bend the knees, that's okay. We can also option to pedal out the legs left and right, to stretch out the back of the thighs, the hamstrings, get the blood flowing. Take a nice big deep breath in through the nose and the mouth. And exhale, release any tension with the breath, any discomfort or pain. Long, deep breathing here. Just a couple more breaths. Making any movements that feel good for you here. And dropping down onto the knees, sitting back in the heels, coming into a nice, comfortable seated position. Let's stay here just for a moment. Checking in with ourselves and our body, closing the eyes. If you want to go inwards, placing the hands on the knees. And just observing how we feel after doing that. And when you're ready, opening the eyes. How was that for everyone? Does anyone have anything that they would like to share? Any questions that they have for me or for, yes, for me or for the community? Welcome, Nelson. Hello. Hi, Charles. Hi, James. Happy Monday, everybody. Yes. Welcome, welcome. Thank you so much for being here. Hello. Nelson, you know, I actually changed my YouTube handle. So it's not Ashlee Radiance anymore. It's Ashlee Sunshine Yoga. I changed the name of it. I also changed my Instagram handle to Ashlee Sunshine Yoga as well. I know. I just changed it and I keep forgetting. I still need to update it like on my website and a bunch of other places. I know. It's okay. It's okay. Don't worry about it. I just changed it like maybe a couple weeks ago. I'm still getting used to the new name, you know? All right, everybody, let's get into the next stretch. We're gonna get onto our bellies for this one. So we're gonna do, well, there's gonna be 3 different ones you could do, and there's 3 different variations. Hi, Weston, thanks for the galaxy gift. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. Okay, so we're gonna get onto our bellies for this one. We're gonna start with Cobra pose. Sanskrit name is Bhujangasana. So we're here in Cobra. I'm sorry. This one, we're just gonna be on our bellies and you're just gonna lift the chest up slightly, gazing slightly in front of you. The hands are directly underneath the shoulders here. So this is also gonna strengthen our back muscles. So you can stay here in Cobra, or option to come into Sphinx for a little deeper, resting on the elbows. Or if you want to go even deeper stretch, my personal fave is seal pose, coming onto the hands, lifting the chest up. So this is going to strengthen our back muscles in the lower back and also mid back, depending on which one you're doing. It's going to encourage spinal extension, opening up our heart and our chest. So it is also a heart opener, inviting that love in, opening us up to love and emotions. And it's also going to counteract hunching. So for anyone that hunches a lot at the job, you sit at a desk all day, this is a great one to do to counter that hunching. So let's stay here for several rounds of breath, and let's just focus on our breathing, tuning into the body, noticing anything that comes up, anything that arises, without judgment or labels. staying here for one more round of breath. Coming onto the hands, lifting the chest up, coming onto the knees, coming through tabletop, coming to sit on the heels or into easy pose. And let's check in here. Notice how that felt. So just placing the hands on the knees, palms facing down or up, and just observing how we feel, observing the breath without judgment, without labels. Notice what comes up for you. And when you're ready, opening the eyes. We will now take questions. Does anyone have any questions about what we just did? Cobra pose, Bhujangasana, Sphinx pose, seal pose, or anything else that they would like to share with me or with the community. Drop your questions or comments in the comment section. Real Neo says this yoga is satanic. I'm sorry you feel that way. That is not my intention, but if that is if that's your reality, then that's your reality. I can't change that. It's your reality. That's up to you. If you want that to be your reality, then it can be. Dylan asks, where am I from? I'm from Los Angeles, California. Let's see. Weston wants to know if I can do the pose facing the other way. No, I will not, because we're on TikTok Live and I don't want to get flagged. Thank you for your question. Thanks for that little dinosaur as well. That's adorable. Thank you so much. Dylan wants to know if I speak French. No, I'm sorry, I don't. Paul says, love do yoga with you. Thanks, Paul. I love doing yoga with you too. I'm so happy that you love yoga. And me. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. 11 Clay 11 says, do you work on pranayama? Yes. Pranayama, in case nobody knows, is the life force, energy force. Yes, we do. It is in everything that we do. You mean breath work? Do you mean pranayama breath work? Yes, we do focus on the breath work while we do this yoga. We are constantly focusing on the breath for this entire thing. I'm not sure about Nadi Shadhana. I'm not that advanced that I know. You must be super advanced. 11 Clay 11. I don't get too deep into that. The yoga I do on here, no, I don't do that on here. I actually personally, I'm not the biggest fan of alternate nostril breathing. I will do it sometimes, mainly in my yoga teacher trainings, but I don't know why. Maybe it's because I need to do it, but every time I do it, I hate it. I just I can't stand it. But I know it's good for you, and I know it it's good to breathe in different ways, but okay, we're gonna do the forward fold. Yes. Weston, we are doing it, and then we're gonna wrap up this live, you guys. This is gonna be, actually we'll do two more, and then we're gonna wrap up this live. Okay, so we're gonna do seated forward fold next. Thanks everybody for your questions, by the way. I really appreciate you all being here, all your comments, all your follows, your likes, your shares, your subscriptions, donations, your gifts, all make this live possible, and I appreciate you all so, so, so much. Okay, so seated forward fold. Sanskrit name is Paschimottanasana. This is going to elongate our spine and the hamstrings, encourages relaxation to lengthen our back body, and is it's a great counter pose for back bends. So we're going to come to a comfortable seated position. We're going to kick the feet out in front. We want to flex the feet towards the face, okay? Inhale as we reach the arms up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale as we reach for our feet. Let the head and neck try to reach for your feet, and we can option to finger those big toes and press our thumbs into our big toenails to activate those acupressure points, connecting to our brain. Take a deep breath in here. Exhale as we try to get closer to our feet. Let the head and neck be heavy. We're going to hold here, long, deep breathing. Several rounds of breath. And just a couple more breaths. One more round of breath. And exhale, letting go of any tension and relaxing away from the feet, coming to a nice, comfortable seated position. We're going to close our eyes, placing our hands on the knees, palms facing down or up, and let's just check in with our body. Notice how we feel after doing that without judgment or labels, simply observing. When you're ready, gently opening the eyes. Does anyone have anything that they want to share about that? About Paschimottanasana, seated forward fold, anything that came up for them, experiences, emotions, feelings, memories, thoughts, or questions that you would like to share or ask me? Feel free to drop any questions in the comments. User 502 is the what la ninjas be doing? Probably. Ninjas probably do yoga, I would assume, I think. They're pretty flexible. Clay 11 says, just enjoying your energy. Thank you. I appreciate you. Namaste. All right, everybody. We're going to get into our last stretches here. So for these, we're going to do seated spinal, supine spinal twist. So we're going to come to lying down for this one on the floor on our backs. Sanskrit name is Supta Matsyendrasana. This is detoxifying and soothing for our spine. As we twist on the ground, it's going to improve our spinal rotation. It's going to hydrate our spinal discs and calm our nervous system. I love supine spinal twist. I literally sleep in this position. So we're going to come down onto our back. All the way down onto our backs, okay? Hands by the sides. Inhale, we're going to hug the right knee into our chest. I think I need to turn around for this. I'm not sure. We'll do this way. Okay. Inhale as we hug the right knee into our chest. And we can roll out the ankle here, right and left, if that feels good. We want to avoid our rib cage. We want to hug the knee in towards our armpit. Stay here for a breath. On the exhale, we're gonna twist. So we're gonna bring that right leg to rest on the left ground as we gaze to the right, hand comes out to the right. Hold here, long deep breathing. One more deep breath here. As we exhale, relax out of it. Hug the knee into the chest one more time. Exhale, relax that leg. Kicking that right leg out. We want to extend the right leg out so we can flex the right foot towards the face because we want the whole leg to be on the ground, including our calf. Inhale as we hug the left knee into our chest. Avoiding the rib cage, so we want to hug into our left armpit. Again, we can circle our ankle here to get a nice little ankle stretch, right and left. Take a nice big deep breath in. Exhale, supine spinal twist on the left. So we're gonna bring the left leg over to the right to rest on the right ground. As we gaze to the left, extend the left arm out towards the left. Hold here, long, deep breathing. One more big deep breath in. And exhale. Hug that left knee into the chest one more time. Give yourself a hug. Bring on the other one in. So we want to hug both knees into the chest. Give yourself a hug. Tell yourself how much you love yourself. Do it. Do it now. Tell your body, say it. I love you, body. I love you, body. Thanks for being my bod and my best friend, right? Our bodies are our best friends, you guys. Give yourself that love. Exhale. Coming into Shavasana for our final posture, corpse pose. Relaxing every muscle in the body. Feel yourself melting into the ground. Just noticing how you feel now compared to the beginning of the practice. If you've been here with us this whole time, yay. If not, welcome. At any stage you're at is exactly where you need to be. Taking another deep breath here. As we rotate onto our left or our right side, we're going to come into a fetal position. This is symbolism for rebirth. This is how we come out. Coming back into the world a little brighter, a little wiser, a little more flexible. Using our hands to lift us up, we're going to come to a comfortable seated position. As we wrap up our time together, let's just check in, coming back into the moment, closing our eyes, taking a moment here to just tune into the body, check in with yourself, notice how you feel. I invite you to place your hands on your heart. Let's take a deep breath, breathing into the heart center. Breathe in love. Exhale, anger, hate. One more time, breathe in love into the heart. Exhale, judgment or shame. And let's come back to our intention that we set at the beginning. I trust the breakdowns that are happening in my life are making space for my divine rebirth, and I move forward with grace, balance, and creative power. May that mantra follow you into your day. Thank you, everybody, for joining. What are you grateful for? Let's also just end with gratitude. Gratitude brings us into a state of immediate abundance. So what are you grateful for? I am grateful for you. I'm grateful for TikTok Live, everyone at TikTok Live. I'm grateful for everyone at TikTok. I'm grateful for the creation of the internet and everyone that was involved in getting us to this place. So many people. So grateful for everybody. Thank you, everybody, for joining. As a reminder, all of these lives do get recorded and posted to our YouTube channel as well as to our Sunshine Community subscription for an ad-free watching experience. I do offer one-on-one sessions. I am available for one-on-one yoga, meditation, support, sound bath, customized wellness retreats, meditation, yoga retreats. I am only working right now with clients that are grieving the spouse of a partner, grieving the loss of a partner, spouse, or soulmate. I am also hosting a virtual 3-day meditation retreat for those that are grieving the loss of a partner, spouse, or soulmate. And if you want more information about that, I will also be hosting that retreat every month at the end of the month, the 4th Friday of every month, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, every month, okay? So if you're interested in learning more about that, you can send me a Service Plus button on the bottom left of the screen. You can send me your information, your email, and I will reach out to you personally with more information about that. Thank you, everybody. The divine light in me honors, sees, and respects the divine light in you. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you next time. Bye.